Hi guys, so today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 best Google services in my opinion, and things that I would just recommend for people that haven't heard about these services just yet. So let's get right into it.
Number 1.
YouTube. The answer may be obvious already, but ever since Google has owned YouTube, it seems like it's just been getting better and better. Videos are able to be longer. You could actually make revenue and live off of Google if you acquire the right audience, let's say. It's really a huge business that it has become. It seems like YouTube has really grown from what it used to be, where it was just watch videos, and now it's more of a business platform for people to make a career out of, especially for people that have a good entertainment foundation. They're funny, they have certain talents, they have skills, whatever it is, they can make a good living off of YouTube if they do it properly. But there you go, YouTube is my number 1. I also want to add that it has become somewhat of a TV replacement, at least for me. I rarely watch TV. The only shows I really do keep up with are Breaking Bad and Walking Dead, and even then I don't really watch it on TV. But it has become somewhat of a TV replacement for certain people.
Numero 2.
Would have to be Android. I love Android, and I always have actually. It wasn't the greatest operating system for a phone when it originally came out, but it still had a lot of potential, and it did a good amount of things that the iOS didn't, and that's pretty much the only competitor that it's actually had. I mean, BlackBerry was a smartphone, or it is a smartphone technically, but it is nowhere near as functional, I want to say. That's not really the right term for it, but I'm going to use functional because it's not really capable of doing as much as iOS or Android. But Android has really come up from where it was originally. Ice Cream Sandwich was actually probably one of the biggest steps that Android has ever taken. And now with Android 4.1 Jelly Bean and Project Butter, it's amazing. There's actually 60% of smartphone users are Android users, and Google is anticipating it to be 70%. By I think 2013, something like that. They anticipate to be 70% of smartphone users being Androids, which is actually a huge chunk of smartphone users. BlackBerry is actually decreasing slowly, and I feel like they're going to go bankrupt at some point in the very near future. But between iOS and Android, those are the two main smartphones that are being used in today's world. Windows phones are there, but they're nowhere near the quantity of Android and iOS. But there you go. If you haven't seen Android 4.1 Jelly Bean, I strongly recommend it. Even if you're an iPhone user, you love the iOS interface and everything about Apple, it's really worth checking out.
Numero 3.
Number 3 would have to be G Drive, which is their Google Drive, which is cloud storage. Google's version of cloud storage. Now, before G Drive was out and about, I was a huge user of Dropbox, and I still am, but I also signed up for G Drive just because it's 5 gigabytes of free storage. I think Dropbox is 2.5 gigs, 3 gigs, I forget, but G Drive gives you 5 gigabytes of free storage, and it works in conjunction with Google Docs. So you can share up to 5 gigabytes of data with anybody on your Gmail list. And the cool thing is they could edit it, they could put it back, you could store it, you could share it. It's really an amazing feature that Google has implemented. I don't really use it that much, but from a business aspect, it's very useful. If you want to throw something to one of your employees for them to edit and return to you, it's all there in G Drive. There's no need to email back and forth. There's no need to hand papers back and forth. It's just right there, easily accessible, and you can always stop sharing at any point. So G Drive definitely is worth taking a look at. Even if you have Dropbox, why not sign up for another 5 gigabytes of storage? You could always get more if you choose to. You could upgrade, but there's a fee that comes with that. Nonetheless, G Drive, amazing service.
Numero 4.
Next up, I'm going to go with Google Music. Now, a lot of people still don't know about Google Music. It's still fairly new. It's not that new. But Google Music is amazing from what I've experienced so far. You're allowed to put 20,000 tracks into the cloud, and you're able to stream it from any device. It doesn't matter if it's iOS, Android, or your computer. You could access 20,000 tracks from anywhere. And the cool thing is, if you're using iTunes as your primary music manager, you're able to sync it directly with iTunes from the software you download from the Google website. You could activate it, it syncs directly from your iTunes. You have no need to touch anything. Once you check that box where it says sync with iTunes, it will upload all your songs onto the cloud that you have on iTunes, which is really amazing. So you can manage your music from iTunes and have it managed on the Google Music Cloud as well. So there you go, 20,000 tracks. Why not? You can stream it from anywhere. If you have, let's say, 8 GB phone and you don't want to use all that space on music, just put it in the cloud and stream it from anywhere that you have access to, either Wi-Fi or even your 3G service. It's amazing. Watch your bandwidth usage. Last but definitely not least, Google Chrome. Google Chrome is the fastest browser. It's been dubbed the fastest browser by many companies and people, blogs, and everybody has been talking about Google Chrome being the fastest browser. And I would have to agree with that. I was a very hardcore Firefox user. Even I started using WaterFox, the 64-bit version. But after I saw Google Chrome and I saw how fast it is and how responsive, and it's really a great browser. And they've added apps, games, just all kinds of awesome productivity tools, and just some killing time tools. You don't have to install anything extra. Get stored right there on the browser. And what's cool about Google Chrome, if you have an Android phone, you could sync your browser on your computer with your phone and vice versa. So if you have bookmarks on your desktop, it'll get synced with your phone, it'll get synced with your tablet, whatever you choose to sync. It's really awesome. It's great. It saves your history, so if you remember browsing something on your desktop, you could always pick up your phone, go into the history, and you'll see what links you have visited, and you could just access them from there. Google Chrome is definitely worth a shot if you're using Safari, Internet Explorer, God forbid, or if you're using Firefox even. So there you have it, guys. I hope my recommendations helped you and opened a new window for you guys to check out. I highly recommend all of these services if you haven't tried them already. I mean, YouTube is obviously something that everyone uses. I haven't run across anybody that hasn't used YouTube on the regular. But like I said, give Jelly Bean a try if you haven't tried that, Android 4.1. Give Google Drive a try, and Google Music definitely is worth a try. There you have it. Let me know if this was helpful, and I'll see you guys next time.